Hi, I'm Beck and Food's My Life. In today's video, I'm making a classic cheesecake that every cook should have in their collection. So stay tuned. So today I'm going to make my classic lemon cheesecake. It's one of those desserts that you just need to have up your sleeve when you're invited to someone's house for dinner or a barbecue. You can be sure that everyone's gonna love a lemon cheesecake. Now I've made this one a few times, I've adjusted some of the quantities, so this one is not too tangy from the lemon, it's not too sweet from the condensed milk. I can guarantee it's just right. The first thing of course we need to do is make the base. Now personally I like to use butternut cookies for my base, but of course you can really get away with any sorts of biscuits. So I have used my food processor to turn my biscuits into a nice fine crumb. To this I'm going to add about a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Stir that through. And now to this I'm going to add some melted butter. So pour that in. And we bring this together until it resembles wet sand. Okay, now I have lined a 20cm springform cheesecake tin here. I'm going to tip my crumb into the base. Nothing fancy, I'm just going to press it down nice and firmly to make a nice even layer on the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to pop this into the fridge to firm up while I move on to make the filling. Okay, moving on to the filling now. I have some softened cream cheese I'm going to add to the bowl. And for this now I'm going to use my electric stand mixer. The first thing we want to do is beat this cream cheese until it's nice and smooth. Okay, the next step is to add the sweetness. So for this recipe I'm using condensed milk. And it's up to you how much you want to add at this stage. It depends how sweet you like your desserts. I've come to the conclusion that I like about 1.5 tins of condensed milk. So that's about 550 to 600 grams. Again, this is up to you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my beater back on nice and slow, and I'm going to slowly pour my condensed milk into the mix. Okay, so once you're confident that those two ingredients have come together and it looks nice and smooth, now it's time to add a couple more special ingredients. And that is, of course, vanilla extract. So I'm going to pop 1 teaspoon in now. Lemon juice. So I'm adding 1/2 cup of lemon juice. And now the lemon rind. So I have the zest of 1 lemon here and the zest of 1 lime. Now I like to use a little bit of lime rind because purely for aesthetics, it looks really pretty when you slice this cheesecake and you have these little green flecks here and there. So I'm going to put 1/2 a lemon and 1/2 a lime. And I'm going to reserve the rest of my lime and lemon zest here for decorating the top later on. So bring these all together, give it a good mix. Always remember it's so essential to stop every now and then and to scrape down the sides, making sure that all those ingredients are coming together evenly. Now that's pretty much it. We're done now and we could pour that into our cake tin and that could be ready, but I'm going to go one step further now and I'm going to add a little bit of gelatin powder that I have dissolved in a little bit of hot water. Now because we've added that lemon juice and all that condensed milk, it's quite a runny consistency at this point. So personally, I like my cheesecake to be a little bit firm in texture. I don't like it to be too sloppy. So that's why at this stage, I'm going to put my beaters back on low and I'm going to slowly add this dissolved gelatin. It's up to you how much gelatin you want to put. I've got about 2 teaspoons here in about 1.5 tablespoons of hot water. If you like it firmer, you know, add more, that's fine. But I find 2 teaspoons is just enough. Okay, so now that that's mixed through nice and thoroughly, it's time. Bring back our prepared cheesecake base from earlier. It's nice and firm now that it's been in the fridge. Give that mixture one more stir for good luck. And away we go. Pour it in over the top. And that's it. Let's pop that in the fridge overnight for the best results. So while my cheesecake is setting in the fridge, it's time to think about how I'm going to top this. Now I just want to keep it nice and simple. I'm going to make a lovely chantilly cream to put on top. So chantilly cream is something that you should know just off the top of your head how to make, because you make it for so many things. Scones and jam and cream, oh, so good. Basically, it's just cream with a little bit of sugar in it. So here I'm going to put 600 mils of thickened cream into my bowl. Now again, this is up to you how sweet you want it. When I make 600 mils worth of cream, I often just add 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. And for me, I think that's sweet enough, because don't forget, your cheesecake's quite sweet. So it's all about balance. Now whoops. Let me just fix that. So now all we have to do is just simply beat these 2 ingredients together until the cream comes to a nice thick consistency. Perfect consistency for chantilly cream. You know it's ready once it's holding its shape. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some plastic wrap over this and keep it in the fridge until I'm ready to almost serve my cheesecake. Now it's up to you, you don't have to be too fancy. You can just take a spatula and just smooth it all over the top of your cheesecake and then sprinkle a little bit of those reserved lemon and lime zest on top. I'm going to use a piping bag and I'm going to pipe on my thickened cream to make it look a little bit pretty, but it doesn't matter, it's all going to taste delicious. So if you want to have a go at making my classic lemon cheesecake, then please all you need to do is check out the description box below. There you'll find a link to my website, and once you're there you can download this recipe and keep it in your collection for only $1. Pay by PayPal or credit card, $1, it's certainly going to be worth it. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, or better still, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share my recipe with your friends, and I'll see you next time.